Getting a chatbot to summarize product reviews, like, saves you 10 minutes. Getting denied an apartment lease because a machine learned biased historical data alters the trajectory of your entire life. An artificial intelligence company is currently suing a U.S. state.
XAI just filed a federal lawsuit demanding a judge strike down the country's first algorithmic regulation bill. They are trying to fundamentally rewrite how the United States government controls code.
We are tracking Grok's sudden evolution. This tool morphed from a polarizing social media novelty into a real-time information system embedded in daily life. We are analyzing the massive legal collision over who actually controls what an AI is allowed to say.
The technical foundation for this fight stems directly from how Grok functions compared to other major language models on the market. Most generative models scrape the wider web. They operate with a strict, fixed cutoff date for their training data. You ask a standard chatbot about a smartphone announced yesterday.
The machine reads its outdated database and confidently tells you that device does not exist.
Engineers constantly try patching that inherent flaw. They bolt web search functionality onto those older models. Grok abandons that outdated architecture entirely. The system searches X's public posts in real time, natively.
So the model pulls directly from the live feed of global reactions the second a major event happens.
Social media serves as the primary ground for breaking announcements. Companies drop product updates on X long before issuing traditional press releases. Tech journalist Manor Faisal recently published a breakdown of her daily workflow. She holds access to ChatGPT, Claude, Meta AI, plus several other platforms.
She reported opening Grok every single day specifically for this live feed capability. Finding a coherent takeaway takes serious effort when breaking news hits and the timeline instantly floods with fragmented posts.
Grok scans those live reactions, it filters out the spam, and provides a sourced summary.
Wait, it includes direct citations to the original post directly in the response.
The standalone Grok app offers this live search feature completely for free. Summoning the bot directly in an X thread by tagging it requires a premium or premium plus subscription.
You skip endlessly scrolling through unverified rumors to figure out if the new iPhone actually fixes the battery drain issues. The machine reads the global room for you. It hands you a verified summary. I view Grok as an aggressive news editor compiling citizen journalism on the fly.
Calling the software an editor gives it entirely too much credit. Human editors curate information, and they verify claims against hard sources. Grok pulls raw public sentiment. The software ingests the platform's inherent noise, deep bias, rapid misinformation, frequent inaccuracies.
X features a massive volume of unverified rumors during any breaking event.
The AI swallows that raw data whole. Summaries are only as reliable as the individual posts feeding the model.
You still have to verify the citations manually. You cannot take the output at face value just because a machine formatted the text nicely. It basically regurgitates whatever the crowd shouts loudest. The platform is rapidly expanding how users interact with this underlying AI model. X's head of product, Nikita Beer, recently announced a worldwide rollout of automatic translation for posts.
Giving posts global reach instantly changes the velocity of information online. A user writes a post in Japanese. The platform automatically translates the text for an English-speaking user in real time.
Applying Grok's language processing power instantaneously across the entire network amplifies every single post on the platform.
You can toggle this auto-translate feature off for specific languages if you prefer reading the original text. The scale of instantaneous translation means a localized rumor becomes a global narrative in milliseconds. They are also shipping a new photo editor to the iOS app. This update features draw tools and the specific blur function for images.
People use that blur tool to hide faces. You can scrub sensitive data like a credit card number or a social security number before making an image public.
Users can type natural language prompts to edit images directly. You upload a picture of a car, you tell the AI to display this photo as a painting in a museum.
Grok processes the request and outputs the altered image file.
The company plans to bring these updates to the Android app soon.
Handing millions of users AI image editors with text prompts creates immediate risk. Given the recent history with these exact tools, rolling them out broadly feels incredibly dangerous.
Elon Musk faced heavy international criticism over these exact features earlier in 2026. Users generated non-consensual sexualized images of real people using X's AI tools.
Bad actors shared those generated images widely across the platform.
The fallout forced X to restrict their image generation features heavily. They locked the capability behind a paywall, limiting access to paying users to curb the abuse.
It remains unclear if this new iOS image editor will sit behind that same subscription barrier or launch for free. You combine instant global translation with AI image manipulation. You create a highly volatile information environment.
A fake image generated in one country spreads globally with translated context in seconds. The sheer volume of synthetic media mixing with real-time news makes the platform totally unpredictable.
That unprecedented scale of influence brings us directly to the federal lawsuit in Colorado. Colorado Governor Jared Polis signed a bill in 2024 designed to protect residents from algorithmic discrimination.
He signed the legislation with reservations. The law covers essential sectors of daily life. It applies to education, employment, healthcare, financial services. The legislation takes effect in June 2026.
This targets the exact high-stakes scenarios determining a person's livelihood. An algorithm triaging patient care at a hospital, or an AI screening resumes for a corporation.
A bank might use code to process mortgage applications. The AI analyzes thousands of data points. It quietly denies loans to specific minority applicants based on biased historical data baked into the training set.
Colorado became the first state to pass a comprehensive bill regulating that specific kind of automated decision-making. XAI recently merged with Elon Musk's rocket business SpaceX.
The combined company filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court to block the state from enforcing this new AI law. They want a court declaration stating the legislation is unconstitutional.
They argue the law violates their First Amendment free speech protections. XAI claims the state is forcing the company to produce speech aligning with Colorado's ideological views on racial justice.
Katie Miller is a former spokesperson for XAI. She posted about the lawsuit on X, stating her position clearly. I will quote her directly. Colorado wants to force Grok to follow its views on equity and race, instead of being maximally truth-seeking. Grok answers to evidence, not woke leftist government regulations.
The chatbot possesses a heavily documented history of outputting wildly offensive material. Grok consistently spews racist content, alongside deeply anti-Semitic conspiracy theories.
It previously promoted white genocide conspiracies. The model even referred to itself as Mecha Hitler.
The system processes the darkest parts of the internet and mirrors that hatred back to the user.
Code is regulated constantly in the United States. Software determines medication dosages in hospitals and executes wire transfers at banks.
Where is the legal boundary between a functional software product and protected human speech?
We have two entirely different legal philosophies clashing in federal court. On one side, a state government is trying to prevent algorithms from denying people bank loans or medical care based on biased training data.
On the other side, a tech company argues that forcing an AI model to adhere to state-mandated equity standards constitutes compelled speech.
If the court rules that an AI model's output represents protected speech under the First Amendment, state governments lose massive regulatory power instantly. You cannot easily regulate free speech in America.
The tech companies gain a permanent shield against oversight.
You cannot untangle the code from the conversation. Grok is built to interact conversationally. When the machine generates a response about a political topic or a financial concept, the company argues that output acts as an extension of their editorial freedom.
They view the generative algorithm as a publisher. A publisher holds the right to print opinions. XAI argues their algorithm holds the right to generate unvarnished conclusions without state interference.
Colorado argues that when an AI system operates in a high-stakes environment like hiring or housing, it ceases to function as mere speech. It becomes a mechanical tool materially impacting citizens' lives.
If that tool discriminates, the state holds the right to intervene to protect its residents.
The functional utility of Grok pulling real-time social data ties directly to this massive legal risk. The company wants the AI to act raw and maximally truth-seeking by pulling data straight from the global public square.
That unfiltered approach results in the machine echoing the loudest, most extreme voices on the internet.
Letting an algorithm speak without guardrails creates a fascinating user experience and an unprecedented legal liability.
If an artificial intelligence is fundamentally built to mirror the raw, unfiltered opinions of millions of internet users, can we legally mandate the machine to be objective and equitable when it processes the data that determines your economic future?